What I'm doing, I'm making an EV training guide for all the people who don't know what EV training is, who are very confused about it, like I was. And I've done this 2 times already, trying to make it the right length. So if I hurry up, just rewind and look at that part again. First of all, what are EVs? EVs are hidden values in the game that you can't see by looking through anything. They're hidden values that make your regular stats stronger. Alright, you could get 510 EVs per Pokemon, but you could only max out, you could get 510 EVs per Pokemon, but each stat can only get 255, so you can't give one stat all 510, you have to spread them out somehow. So you could give each stat a certain amount, or you could just max out 2 or max out 1 and split the rest up, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. But yeah, usually you would max out 2 stats that need it the most, or max out 1, or you figure it out. You don't need to use all the EV points. You could keep some left over, but it's kind of a waste. Alright, EV training. How you EV train is there are certain Pokemon that give a certain amount of EV points. Like if you're training HP, you battle Woopers, they give 1 EV point each. So then that means that if you wanted to max out HP, you would have to battle 255 of them, which isn't fun. It's very tedious and annoying. So they made items to help you. There are items that you could buy at the Battle Tower, or Battle Frontier, whatever it is. Battle Tower, that you buy with the coupons. It's the 16 each, but they're well worth it. And what they do, they make each 1 point you, like for every 1 point you get, it equals 4. So it obviously makes it a lot easier. So if you wanted to max out health, you would get 255 divided by 4 and round it up to the next highest number. Then that's how many Woopers you need to battle. But then there are Pokemon that are worth 2 EV points each and more. So what you would do, if you're using the item, you would divide it by 4 and then divide it by 2 or 3, whatever. I think the most EV points a Pokemon gives is 3. I think the highest I ever got was 2. So Quagsire gives 2, so then you would divide that the number by 2, and then that's how many. So it's even less. There are other items, vitamins. Each vitamin gives 10 EV points to that stat. So what I would suggest doing is mixing up vitamins and stats, and training. I wouldn't do all vitamins. Like let's say you wanted to just EV train 100, figure give them 10. I wouldn't do that, because sometimes I've tried that and it just didn't work for some reason. So I would just mix them up. Alright, trying to EV train level 100. I looked for a while when I first started EV training, because I couldn't find how to actually do it. And I got one answer, which was to EV train, to EV train and put it in the PC, and it'll regulate the stats, but it didn't work for me, so I don't know. If anybody else knows anything, comment, so that, comment me or message me telling me how, because it would help me and a lot of other people. You can EV train hacked Pokemon, yes, and but I would suggest EV training. If you're going to use a hacked Pokemon, EV train it when it's low, because for some reason I don't know if it does something with the EV points when you get a hacked Pokemon at level like 95 or something like that. So do it when it's low. Rare candy, and I know this doesn't have to do with EV points, but a lot of people say giving a Pokemon rare candy or putting it in the daycare weakens it. It's not as strong as it should be. That's not true. It gives it the same amount of stats as it would if you were to level it up yourself. It's not true. But if you don't EV train it, and you level 1 up to 100 from level 1, then you put 1 in the daycare until it's level 100. They're both going to be the same, If you EV train them, they're going to get obviously stronger. Alright, the advantages of EV training. It's very tedious, very annoying. If you don't have the right stuff, could be extremely long, painful process. But the advantages are very clear. Comparing two Pokemon, let's say you have a level 95 Snorlax, a level 95 Snorlax that you rare candied from level 1, never battled with it. You rare candied it to level 95. Then you clone it. You level 1 up to level 100, no EVs. You level the other one to level 100 with EVs. The one with the EVs will destroy the one without EVs. That's how much the stat difference is. It's 100% worth it. And same thing with battles. If you have the same Pokemon out, the one with the most EVs or the one with the highest stats going to win. That's what EV training does. It gives you the higher stat advantage. Let's see. I don't think I missed anything. I'm going to be making a series of videos for EV training, attack, speed, health, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. I'm going to do all 6 stats, and I'm going to pick a video, and I'm not going to do what most people do. They say it's a guide, and then you click on it, and it's just them battling with music in the background. I'm going to be commentating the whole thing, so that you know what I'm doing, and I show you what to do, and I'm going to put the Pokemon that I give the EV points, I'm going to put them on the side. So if you're interested in seeing them, I'm going to get them up 3 or 4 days from now. I don't know what today's date is. I don't have my phone. 3 or 4 days from now, I'm going to be putting them up, so subscribe if you want to see them. So yeah, subscribe, rate, comment. Have a good night.